طيب يا جماعة أنا خليل عبد الخالق وأنا I will go through this lecture role of nutrition in optimal immunity. Let's go through it together. الرول of nutrition in optimal immunity أنا بقدمه النهاردة تبع وحدة التغذية الكلينيكية مستشفى أبو الريش جامعة القاهرة. اليونيسف في ماي 2018 قالت ان nearly near of half the deaths worldwide under 5 years of age are due to undernutrition وده causing around 3 million deaths per year. Most of these deaths are from infections such as pneumonia or diarrhea. Non-fatal and subclinical infections alter nutrient intake, absorption, secretion, diversion, catabolism, and expenditure, and thereby affect growth. وده اللي بيتسمى environmental enteric dysfunction syndrome. الجلوبال نيوتريشن ريبورت في 2017 قالت ان almost every country in the world now faces a serious nutrition related challenge, whether stemming from undernutrition or overweight and obesity اللي هي بيبقى عندهم hidden hunger و nutritional deficiency لكن وزنهم كويس, with 1 in 3 people affected. All forms of malnutrition affect immunity, whether it is undernutrition, obesity, or micronutrient deficiency. Undernutrition, dietary energy intake below the minimum levels necessarily to achieve and maintain health. Obesity, dietary energy intake exceeds requirements for maintenance of health. Micronutrient deficiency, lack of essential vitamins and minerals required by the body for proper growth and development. The causes of death among children under 5 years of age according to the WHO زي ما احنا شايفين سواء في النيوناتال من 0 to 27 days أو البوست نيوناتال bigger hand is due to infections whether diarrhea, whether pneumonia, measles, malaria, HIV, neonatal tetanus, neonatal sepsis, pneumonia in the premature. Egypt is one of the 36 countries where 90% of global burden of malnutrition falls. يعني 36 دولة يمثلوا 90% من ال global burden of malnutrition. Stunting under 5 years 21%, while child wasting and underweight 8 and 6% respectively. The double burden of malnutrition is a major challenge. Overweight and obesity كمان 14.2% of under 5 are classified as overweight. Anemia affects 27.2% of children under 5 and 25% of women within reproductive age 15 to 49 years. A conceptual framework on the relationship between malnutrition and infection. Undernutrition بيقلل الاميونيتي وبيعمل non-immunological factors increasing severity of disease زي decreased respiratory muscle, increase prone to dehydration, decreased cardiac function. Decreased immunity leads to infection. In non-immunological factors increasing severity of disease leads to mortality. Poverty تؤدي إلى decreased food security leading to undernutrition, where decreased access to healthcare and decreased social support leading to mortality. والpoverty برضو تؤدي إلى decreased living condition, increased pathogen load, enteropathy, where decreased appetite, decreased absorption, decreased utilization, and excretion mill infection leads to undernutrition. A rapid review of the immune system. Immune response عندنا the first line of defense mechanical chemical reflexes, the second line phagocytosis, protective proteins, fever, and natural killer cells inflammation, with third line that is specific acquired immunity whether it is cell mediated أو humoral. Macronutrients and micronutrients together play a definitive role in the development of the immune system. Summary of immune parameters: unaffected by malnutrition زي TLC, total lymphocytic count, ال T cell count in blood, CD4, التوتال immunoglobulins in blood, IgG, IgM, secretory IgG, duodenal atresia, CRP, with infections and inflammatory cytokines. Affected severe malnutrition, decreased gastric acid production, flow of saliva, secretory IgA, gut permeability, inflammatory cells, وميكروبيسايدال activity of granulocyte, blood dendritic cells, blood complement factor, delayed type hypersensitivity, proliferative to PHA, effector T cell apoptosis in lymphocytes are increased, B cell in blood decreased, IgA and vaccination tit response. زي ما احنا شايفين في كتير قوي حاجات بتحصل مع severe malnutrition. Moderate malnutrition is thymus size decrease, TH2 cytokines بت increase اللي هي pro inflammatory, TH1 cytokines بت decrease. الماكرونيوترينتس protein deficiency بيليد impaired cell mediated immunity, reduced IgA production و reduced cytokine production. iron deficiency decrease lymphocyte mediated immunity, bacterial killing by phagocytosis is decreased, number of circulating T cells, number of bactericidal activity of neutrophils. Iron is a fundamental element for normal development of the immune system. The role of iron in immunity is necessarily for the immune cell proliferation, particularly lymphocytes. الورد وايد prevalence of anemia زي ما احنا شايفين احنا في المنطقة اللي هي فيها moderate و severe prevalence. الزنك decrease phagocytic activity, decrease natural killer cell, decrease complement. It is an essential nutrient for growth and recovery. Its deficiency stunts growth, increases susceptibility to infection, increases recovery time and impairs recovery. زي برضو ما احنا شايفين ان احنا في منطقة global prevalence of zinc deficiency is من moderate للسيفير في المنطقة دي. الفيتامين A in immunity serves to exacerbate serious disease and illness, leading to increased rates of maternal and childhood mortality. زي ما احنا شايفين الريتينول والريتينويك acid are involved in many steps of immunity. وزي ما احنا شايفين ال estimated prevalence of vitamin A deficiency in children by country برضو احنا موجودين في المنطقة اللي هي moderate to severe. الرول اوف فيتامين دي طبعا انتي مايكروبيال، سواء innate immune response او adaptive immune response. بيشتغل على السي دي 4، بيشتغل على السي دي 19، بيشتغل على الماكروفيج، وبيشتغل على الدندريتك سيل maturation. This graph global prevalence of vitamin D deficiency in pregnant population، وزي ما احنا شايفين احنا في المنطقة اللي هي North Africa 60%. Selenium, copper, vitamin E and vitamin D. Measuring disease burden ده بيتعمل عن طريق الدالي اللي هو disability adjusted life years is a measure of overall disease burden expressed as cumulative number of years lost due to ill health, disability أو early death. YLD years lived in disability plus YLL years of life lost. وزي ما احنا شايفين في المنطقة دي أكتر حتة فيها في أفريقيا، فيها أكتر حتة global map presenting the population adjusted hidden hunger associated with DALI in 136 countries. Importance of gut microbiota in immunity. Over 100 trillion microbes in one human. Microbes outnumber our human cells 10 to 1. وده العلم الحديث كله بيتكلم عن القصة دي. Majority live in the gut. The microbe is a genetic material. The microbiome is a genetic material of all microbes, bacteria, fungi, protozoa, and viruses on and inside the human body, 200 times the number of genes in the human genome. All these diseases have evidence for a role of the gut microbiome بيوتيا asthma وeczema, diabetes, obesity, non-alcoholic fatty liver, depression, heart disease, colon cancer, and inflammatory bowel disease. The sources of microbiota سواء في البيرث في الانفنتس أو في التودلرز، سواء vaginal delivery أو cesarean section، milk composition، solid food introduction أو full adult، وmaternal factors اللي تفرق سواء gut microbiota، vaginal infection، periodontitis، البوستناتال، دخل اي سي يو اخذ antibiotics، breastfeeding، host and environment. Gut microbiota can be manipulated through the use of probiotics and prebiotics. Probiotics are live bacteria and yeast that are good for health. Refrigeration and agricultural practices, soaking food with chlorine, using antibiotics in agriculture, honey, meat, and chicken kill good bacteria in our bodies. Example of probiotic snacks are yogurt, non-processed cheese, and dark chocolate. فايدة البروبيوتكس انها بتعمل competition for nutrients, competition for adhesion sites, direct antagonism وimmune stimulation ضد الميكروبes. Prebiotic are non-digestible food ingredients, mostly dietary fibers that are resistant to hydrolysis by host enzymes, fermented by the gut microbiota and stimulate the growth of the microbiome. Raw bananas, artichokes, wheat bran, onions, and garlic. Take-home message is diverse, non-processed, whole food, plate-based diet. ربعه فاكهة الموسم، ربعه خضار، ربعه نشويات، ربعه بروتينات. اختيارنا للنشويات الكويسة اللي هي الهول زي الفريك، زي الرز، زي الذرة، هو ده هيفيد. add to this 2 كوب لبن أو زبادي أو رايب كامل الدسم أو منزوع الدسم حسب وزن الطفل بالنسبة لعمره. Follow the WHO for vitamin D and iron supplementation. Nutritional evaluation of all patients داخلين المستشفى، وده اللي احنا بنعمله عندنا في الوحدة. Anthropometric evaluation and follow-up of all patients. Thank you on the behalf of وحدة التغذية الإكلينيكية مستشفى بوريش جامعة القاهرة.